Okay, so this is part 2. You're going to see that I got the 16 millimeter smallest prime lens, and it's on, let me show it to you, right here. So if you look at the primes, 16, 24, 28, 35, the 85, 1.8 on the top right, the 85, 1.2 in the center, and then, oh, let me take that back. 85, 1.2 in the top left center, 85.1.8 in the center on the top, and I believe that's the 50 millimeter. No, that's the 35. Okay. 24, 28, 16, and 50. Okay. A little bit out of order, but these are the first set of photos I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to compare them to zooms. And you tell me if you can tell the difference, if it's worth just carrying a lot of primes with you or all in one zoom. And then you have to compare portability to weight, okay? Or transportability is what I'm saying. So let's go back to this right here. Okay, 16 millimeters. The way it's going to work is depending if it's a zoom or prime, 4 pictures, okay? But on the zooms, what I'm going to do is just put it 24, 35, or 28, 35, 50, 85, so on, okay? So that's the 16 millimeter. You can see how far it is. I can zoom in. Picture quality is pretty good, okay? I'm using the Canon R8, and that's a 24 megapixel camera. Small camera with a small lens like that, we can go anywhere. But it's at a 2.8, okay? So, wide shot, that shot, and then the wall. Okay, just 4 shots. That's all 16 millimeter. Now I went to the 24 millimeter. Same thing. Primes are easy to do. Okay, they're lightweight, and they only have one focal length. You can crop it. You can do different things like the digital zoom if you want to do it, but we're just keeping it nice and simple today. This is the 28 millimeter, and it's an f2.8 lens. The 24 was a 1.8, so if you look at it, it's a little bit brighter. And that's a 28 millimeter, so it's a little bit bigger than 24. I like the 28, and I like the 35, you know, on the focal length. 50 is okay, but I'd rather have the 35. But anyway, same thing. Now this is the 35. 1.8, and you can see it's sharp. It's a 1.8. This would be the lens I would recommend. 28 is good. 35, you just back up a little bit. It's a 1.8. It's kind of like 2 stops better than a 2.8. So that's my personal opinion. It looks sharp. 1.8 is good. You can bring it inside. You can have it outside. If you want a close-up, it just comes closer. Now, I want to show you how I'm focusing. So basically, I'm focusing on this corner right here, okay? I started here, and then I decided I want more wide of field as the zoom went on. So you'll see me focusing on this wall right here. This is the entrance to the house. And then you'll see me focusing on this box in front of the garage. And then this wall right here at the corner. Okay? So 35 millimeter brings things closer and it's still wide enough. That's why I like the lens. And if we go it now, it's the 50 millimeter, nifty 50. And this is at a 1.8. So you see the corner, and I was a little bit off there, but still, you know, everything is a lot closer. The box, and then the wall. Okay, is that better than a 35 millimeter? See, it's a little bit wider with a 35. But I cropped that in, by the way. This is the actual size. Okay. So there's 50 millimeter. Now we're going to the 85 millimeter, f1.8. This is the 85 millimeter I think it's f1.2. Wait a minute. Yeah. So the f2 was instead of 1.8, it was an f2, and then this is a 1.8, but it should be a 1.2. Okay, I messed up right there. The camera wasn't, it was an aperture priority, but it was in HQ, PQ, and you have to set the aperture all in 1.2. That was my bad right there. But it should be a lot brighter. But you see the 85 millimeter, it's a lot closer. So let's compare the 85s, okay? So if you look at that tree, can you tell the difference? So the 85 1.2 is a little bit closer, more magnified. And then if you look at the box at the garage, it's about the same. Okay, so that's my take on it. Right now it's the zoom, so I'm going to pause it right here real quick and change some lenses out. Okay, so you see the R8, you got the big heavy hitter in the middle, the f2.8. Next to it is the 15 to 35, the no, I'm sorry, in the middle is the 24 to 105 f2.8. The one in front of it is the 24 to 240, which is a lot smaller, but it's a variable aperture. Okay, then you have the 15 to 35, and then the 28 to 70 on the right hand side. And I think that was heavier than the 24 to 105 f2.8. So let's get back to the slideshow real quick. And let me bring my mouse over so you can see it. All right, 15. This is 2.8. This is, I think, 24 and 35. Yeah. So I only went, since 28 is between 24 and 35, I decided to skip the 28. All right. So 15, 24, 35. 15, 24, 35. 15, 24, 35. 15, 24, 35. And this is a heavy lens, okay? Just want to let you know it's excellent. It covers everything that I want. But if you want that telephoto, the far reach, then you have to get something better. So this is the 24 to 105. Okay, this is the f2.8. So 24. This is, I think, 35, 50, 85, 105. So a lot of people carry the 24 to 105 f4 because it's a lot less than the 2.8. They can't afford the 2.8. But, you know, compare this with the 2870, they're about the same price. One's an f2, one's an f2.8. Doesn't really matter. Size does matter. Weight does matter. So I want to put that in the picture. Okay. And then, of course, right there is at 24, 35, 50, 85, 105. You see, as you zoom in, it gets smaller and smaller. But you got that focal reach. If you want to see something sharp, that's something to consider. Okay. And of course, I can get a bird. And you can't see it, but I got another bird right there too. Yeah, I don't even see it. Oh, I'm sorry. No. This is the 24, 35, 50, 85, 105. I'll show you what I did with the two birds later. I just forgot about that. So at the wall, 24, 35, 50, 85, 105. Now, this is the 24 to 240. This is the lens I like. This is the one I recommended earlier, a couple of weeks ago. It's a variable, good travel lens, not heavy, okay? But with some people it might be. You have to decide if you want to bring an all-in-one and maybe a prime, or would just one lens work? So 24, this is 35, 50, 85. It's either 83 or 87. I put it at 87. It wouldn't go to 85. 105. This is 150. And this is 240. I think it was 150. 240. Yeah, 150, 240. So you get that extra reach, okay? And then it's sharp. I don't even have to crop it in. Look how sharp it is. All right? So same thing here. 24, 35, 50, 85, 105, 150. And then I did 150 there for the bird bath. And then that's 240. And then I got it just as the bird was leaving. I thought that was a great shot. But, and then I got another one with the bird landing. Or another bird that came down. That's what I was talking about. So same thing here. 24, 35, 50, 85. I think that was a 105, 150, 240. There's the bird I was talking about. And I got the other one. All right. Just before he took off. Those are great pictures right there. And this is the all-in-one 24 to 240. This is the lens I would pick. Okay, if I went traveling, and if I just had the R8, which is the cheapest Canon full-frame camera, well, they do have cheaper ones. the R, and then the I forget the one below it, which the R8 was supposed to replace. But I think it was the RF too. I don't know. But anyway, you can see how sharp this is. Even at, let's see, this was at, looking at the aperture. I think it was 6.35. It was 6.3, okay? But look at that. 24 megapixel camera. Look how sharp that bird is. Same thing here. So you see, you have that extra reach. I'm just saying, that would be the lens I would pick. But every person is different, okay? So this is the big boy, 28 to 70. This outweighs the 24 to 105 f2.8. There is an f4 version, but I was trying to get best quality with weight to portability. So you see, this is, I think, 35, 50, 70. All right. So it doesn't go all the way. It is at f2 though. Same thing here. So this is a great wedding lens, okay? You can use the 24 to 105 f2.8, but it's a heavy lens also. You can use the 15 to 35 for like close-ups of a diamond ring and stuff like that. Those lenses right there, you can use like the 24 to 105 as video on the outside or something, some inside shots, but the 15 to 35 is an f2.8 also. All you do is you just add light to it and you get a better detail. So that's my take on it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back. And I think you know what picture I'm going to take, you know, for the ending. See that? Yeah, because that's the closest one. Okay. Put a little detail in there. What do you think? So let's look at the lenses again. Would you rather have a zoom or would you rather have a prime? Okay. So if you have a prime, what is it? Is it well worth it? You just have to carry more off. Would you just take like the 24 millimeter, 35 millimeter? I would take the 35 millimeter. All right, f1.8. The 24 millimeter is not bad, but the 35 millimeter can also do macro. All right. I think that's a 1.8. It might be an f2. I'm looking at it right now. The 2. That's 1.8. Okay. This is a great lens right here. And you're looking over here. Let's go over here, okay? I'm putting it on the wrong camera. Sorry. 1.8. Okay. If you had to take a prime, I would take the 35. Okay. 24 millimeter is good. It's wider. 28 millimeter is good. It's wider. than the 35. But for closeness and stuff, 35. Most people get the nifty 50, and then you just have to back up more from the subject, but then you get everything. I think this is an all-rounder where you just move in a little bit and you move back. That was what I would pick. The other one, 24 to 240. So this series, I had 3 separate cameras: the R6 II, the R8, the R5 II. I'm going to skip the R6 II. Okay. The reason why is because it's just like the R8, only it has a full frame battery, and it has 2 card slots. They're basically the same camera. Okay. The nice thing is the card slots are in the side of the camera, whereas on the R8, just one SD card, and it's in the battery well with the battery. And it's a smaller battery. Okay. But it's the lightest. So the next part, I will now talk about the same lenses, but with the R5 II with more megapixels. So thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful. It just explains that you can get a cheaper all-in-one lens and the prime, a 1.8. You don't need a 1.2 or anything fancy. You want small portability that can cover everything. So this can cover a 35 millimeter, but it's at a higher aperture. Okay. So, and you know, if you just take one lens, I would just take the 35. Okay. If you see anything far distant, like a buffalo or a lion or a tiger or a bear, it's nice to have a zoom, but if you can see it through the eye, it's too close. So that's another thing to think about. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.